Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to another great episode of Kendra's Corner Comedic Edition. I love these random polls and interesting news because, hey, when I have these stuff, the stuff going on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, this is where I get to let my hair down and all that type of good stuff. And I just find interesting news. I bring random comedians on to come and we talk about it and they share stories. And so before I go ahead and bring my guests on, I need you guys to please make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, share this episode with somebody who needs some uplifting, especially they feel down, okay? Because laughter is the cheapest, best medicine that there is. First person I'm gonna bring to the stage. Nobody's supposed to know that he has a gun until it's time to use it, but he likes to be a real Glock model. Eric Scott, can you please stop showing your gun everywhere? Like, why? Nobody's supposed to know.
It's a water gun. It's a super soaker, actually. Loaded with vinegar. So yes. It's kind of like a high-powered pepper spray, actually.
Hey, that's it. Next person. She likes going around telling people that her hands are registered, and she's right. Downtown for stealing. Anita Valentina.
Yes, absolutely.
Hold on, before we start, I think Eric, you gave a quick story. Was it maybe a week or 2 weeks ago? You talked about stealing. Have you, besides what you said in that regards, was there another time where you got caught or almost got caught stealing?
Oh yes, stealing my dad's cigarettes. I remember that. Him and his second wife, are they still like a stepmom if they're divorced? My ex-stepmom.
My ex-stepmom.
He was with an ex-stepmom, and I was a young rebellious teen smoking cigarettes, and I was out of my cigarettes, and he always carelessly just kept his, easily to steal, and they were like sleeping in the bedroom, and I could see them right on the dresser, like right through the door, and like all I needed to do was reach my hand through the dresser or like through the door to like grab one of his cigarettes, and I remember like doing it, and the door slightly creaked open, and like someone sort of had shifted up, and I bolted and turned around and ran, and no one came and confronted me or anything, but I was terrified.
How many times has your dad been married?
I don't know if the third one he got married to. Just two, because then he's had relationships after that, but I think after the second one ended so tragically, he was like, why get on the Titanic twice?
Wait, so Eric, out of any of the relationships, I'm gonna come back to you real quick, Anita. So out of any of the relationships that your dad has been in, who was the one woman you're like, Dad, I hope you marry her? Or did he just keep making bad decisions with every other woman after that?
Actually, the last lady that he was with, I liked her. She was pretty nice. She was artistic and made crafts and things like that. But he is also someone that he can't keep his mouth shut if he doesn't like somebody. And I guess there was some sort of conflict with one of her daughters and her son-in-law and something. I don't know, but they didn't really get along, and I think that ultimately ended it. And I remember too, just trying to tell my dad, just kill people with kindness, I think is this thing. You know what I mean? Even if you don't like them, you can't shut the f up and just be a normal person.
He's like, listen, I'm too old. I don't have time for that. You know what? And for me, I spent most of my life being too nice to people who I had no business being nice. So, Anita, you can especially when it came with men.
No. Yes.
I gave too many men you know what? So the other day I was just in deep thought, and I remember this guy named Josh. It's always the ones with the biblical names who are just freaking horrible. So I remember this guy named Joshua, right? I'm like, with that? Like, bro, not you just got robbed by Abraham. Okay. So anyway, I remember this guy named Josh, and I thought Josh was cool. You know, I met him at my second job, and we were like the same age. Well, you know, if you're 18, 19 years old, a lot of young men are not going to already be mature anyway, right? It's rare to come across a very mature young man who's going to respect that woman. Like, she could be naked in your bed, but she's like, hey, as long as if she doesn't make the first move, I'm not going to try. She probably feels comfortable. Well, I went to Josh's room. I wasn't naked. I was just in his room, right? And we're just laying there. And so he says to me, I just kind of wonder, so how are your head techniques? I'm like, what? How did we get here? How the heck did we get here, right? So I should have left, but at the time, I had this way of thinking. If I drove over there, even if it was 10, 20, 30 minutes away, I'm like, well, I didn't want to waste my gas by not, actually staying. So I'm going to just stay and get disrespected. That was the way I used to sit back and think. Now I'm not doing that. So hold on. So Anita, I want to ask you, before we go to our main interesting news and stuff like that, have you ever been caught or almost caught stealing at any point,
Yes. Okay. Actually, as a young adult, I got caught stealing. Stupid, my friends were like, we do it all the time. It's so easy. It's not so easy. Don't do it.
Where'd you get caught at? Was it Walmart?
It was Walmart, yeah. And then bitches prosecute.
Yeah. I know I've seen you before. I worked at Walmart. That was you in the office.
It was me. It was me in the office.
Wait.
When I was like early 20s. Oh my gosh.
What exactly was it that you ended up getting caught stealing for?
It was like a couple little things. I was going through self-checkout. I was like, okay, let me just not scan these few things and it'll be fine because everybody says they do it. And they were like, why don't you do it? And I was like, because I don't want to go to jail. And the one time I tried to do it, they catch me.
Of course.
I was like, never again.
Yeah, so let me ask you, did you have to get so when I used to work at Walmart, if you were a certain age, then like under a certain age, you had to call your parents and stuff. Or it depends on what it exactly was. Like if it was a big number, like it was more expensive, then of course they're gonna arrest you or whatever. So did they like give you what was the consequence that you ended up having to get?
I had to go to court.
What?
Yeah, they prosecuted. It was like for less than $150.
Okay.
But they were like, we prosecute everybody. And I was like, oh, okay. So I can get it expunged, but I have to like go through this lengthy process. And I was like,
And after that, so whatever happened with your friends, quotation marks, with them, because I'm no real friends. Okay, so with those,
they were like, well, we don't get caught. And I was like, what do you mean y'all don't get caught? I was like, I'll never listen to you guys again.
So you were sorry, I got this cat. It's Tony the cat's birthday today, and I sung her the Black Happy Birthday version, and she flew out of my arms. I'm like, Tony, I remember to tell you
disrespectful.
No, no one celebrates your birthday. I celebrate your birthday. Like, how dare you? Whatever. But so those friends who ended up, whatever happened to them, did they get caught?
One of them's actually in jail right now.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh,
so,
you're back.
Did those friends end up did those friends end up getting? Did they get prosecuted as well, or was it only you?
It was only me because it was just me that got caught that time. But one of those friends now is actually in jail for armed robbery. And I was like,
oh shoot!
So they just escalated.
Yeah, I was like, oh, good thing I didn't follow them.
Hilarious.
What will make it a lot easier is just take a gun with you too.
Yeah.
The gun that you tote around, love it. So let me go ahead. Yeah. Speaking of that, right? Because this is interesting news. I believe the segues are interesting news. Anita, let me come to you first. So 2 giant turtles have been beefing every single day for over 120 years. This is a true story. Over a stolen meal. Okay. Every day they fight like clockwork. Since the zookeepers have been watching it happen, tortoises can live up to 150 years, and they have spent that time making each other miserable. So, Anita, what are your thoughts on this?
I believe it because I actually have a friend who wrangles and raises Galapagos tortoises, and she said they can be very mean and like they can hold a grudge, which is crazy because you would never think that an animal would hold a grudge. But why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
We don't really know how they think.
So with that friend, and I'm gonna come to you, Eric. So with that friend who like she raises, like where does she? How did she start? Did she find one? Like, did she go into a jungle and just found a couple? So I'm gonna raise y'all. How did she come across with these?
So I believe, if I remember correctly, her husband knew somebody who like had some, and they were getting rid of them, so they took one in. And it's now expanded to like a whole ranch. They have like all these exotic, endangered species with them now, which is it's really cool to see because she'll send me videos of the tortoises, and they're huge. They're like over 150 pounds. Yeah, those things are huge.
Man. Eric, listen, you have a child. See, listen, exotic pet, maybe you can bring an exotic pet in your house. Be like, hey, welcome back from summer break.
So Arizona, you're actually allowed to have a desert tortoise, but you have to have like a
That's where she lives.
Yeah, you're allowed to have big tortoises out here, but you have to have a burrow. And then like there's some, I don't know what group, but some like animal, police. The animal police come out, the animal detectives, and they like make sure that the conditions are right for the tortoise. So then you have to have a like a contingency plan because it's going to outlive you. So like
that's just
so then what do your grandchild is stuck, raising your tortoise, and it's only 75 years old and has another 100 to go. Like,
so wait, what happens if everybody in the family just happens to die? What happens to that tortoise? Who takes the rights of the tortoise?
It inherits all the family estate then. And then it just like then I think they just spend it on like butlers and they take care of the tortoise. Like you ever like the stories of those super rich old ladies that are lonely and they donate all their money to like their cat. And it's just like butlers have to take care of this like rich lady's cat.
Yeah, that's amazing. That is amazing. So Eric, let me ask you, what are your thoughts on these tortoises? I know you just gave your, what about the with the law in Arizona, but what are your thoughts on these tortoises? Just like every day, these people just let them fight for 2 minutes.
I think that they're like secretly friends, and they like, when like everyone's asleep, they actually plot. It's like WWE wrestling, like they're actually coming out like, all right, now tomorrow we're going to have this beef, then the bell rings and they come out and they just like Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and they just start wrestling each other because it's intense. And you see like the zookeeper, sort of like the referee trying to like pull them apart, maintain a fight. But it is awesome because they're so old. I actually wonder, like, what if it's really like, what if the one turtle banged the other turtle's wife? That's actually why they're beefing.
You know what?
You son of a bitch.
You know what? You know what's so crazy, right? I actually saw Animal Kingdom is hilarious. One time, it was two lions, or it was female lioness. She had ended up killing, I guess, a jaguar, right? And so while she's still eating this jaguar, her husband comes and he sees what she's done. In the middle of this, he comes and starts having sex with her. And I'm like, bro, with this freaking respect, what the heck is going on in the Animal Kingdom? Like, what is that? Like,
we've all had a quickie in the kitchen while we're baking some cookies. That's the same thing. You don't have to stop mixing. Just
try to adjust yourself.
Yeah, you just gotta adjust.
I have somebody who is showing up on Negro time. I thought he was gonna miss it. But you know what? I want to say this because he's showing up on Negro Time. I just gotta say this: his woman still does not know that his child was named after his first love. Reezy is in the building.
I'm sorry. I thought my black time was off, so I left it on.
Hey, Reezy. Hey. So basically, let me get you real quick with the interesting news. And then we'll do the random poll. So basically, 2 giant turtles have been beefing every single day for 120 years over a stolen meal. So every day, like clockwork, they fight, right? Since the zookeepers have been watching it happen from the beginning of time. So, and on top of that, tortoises can live up to 150 years, and they have spent that time making each other miserable. What are your thoughts on that, Reezy?
That's the definition of on site. Look it up in the dictionary. It's the 2 turtles.
Hey, let me say this.
Geriatric fighting Ninja Turtles.
You know what my
Very
only
true,
thing
sir.
is, again, these turtles are like what Anita was saying, like they're huge, like they're up to 150 pounds. You'll put your back out. Like, come on, like we're all like pretty much at the 30 range. Like, how many we've woken up and then all of a sudden like our arm just starts in pain, or we just like all of a sudden put our back out trying to stretch or whatever it might be. Who is actually, and how do y'all actually break up the fight? There's so many questions I have. You know,
Well,
like, are they betting on these turtles? Like, this is dog fighting? Like, this is Michael?
They gotta be.
I would. I mean, it's 50-50 odds. But
Yeah.
my question is, how do they fight? Like, are they neck throwing?
Slowly neck throwing?
Or they
I think they try to
like
flip.
shell bumping?
They like try to flip each other over. Like they like shovel each other.
Oh yeah. So whoever ends up on their back loses. I got it.
Yeah.
Eric, I'm gonna come to y'all each individually. We'll start off with Eric. Eric, what wild animals, or I guess domestic animals, have you actually seen fight? And did you ever try to break it up?
I always grew up with cats and dogs, and I mean I grew up with Dobermans, and I could kind of remember them, fighting and me jumping in the middle of it and like trying to break it up.
Trying?
Yeah.
So were there a couple times you weren't successful? You had to call backup?
Yeah. Oh yeah. My older brother and I, for sure. Yeah, but it was nothing anything crazy.
Yeah.
So there was a mic the other day where someone jumped the banister and charged at the guy in the mic, and they started fighting and tumbling. And they were 2 big dudes, and somebody yelled out like, "Break them up!" And I'm like, I'm not getting in the middle of that. That's like fucking 2 Rottweilers fighting. Like, that's like 500 pounds right there. Like, I'll wait till they're done.
You know what? Before I come to Anita, you know what? I saw this in the cage at the zoo. Like, saw these 2 gorillas. Like, it was on video. They were just going at it, and then there are people like, you need to break it up. I'm like, why? So they can get knocked out? Like, let them fight, right? Anita, so stupid. Like, stop, please get them. Anita, let me. Out of the animals that you, or just in general, how many like animal fights have you seen? Have you ever tried to break it up?
I have 2 dogs, and I've seen a few of their fights.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't try to break it up. From the other room, I will be like, cut that shit out, and they'll stop.
That's it. You're
Like, Miss
Baby.
Yeah, I'll be like, cut that shit out. I don't want to get up. And they stop immediately.
Reason. What about you? Out of the many, like, what animals have you seen fight? Did you ever try to break it up?
I think the craziest fight I've ever seen it was online, and it was 3 pigeons, right? And 2 of them had the middle pigeon, and they threw them in the train tracks when the train was coming. Yeah, I'll send you it later, but
no, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Oh god,
that's the craziest thing I've ever seen. But personally, like my dog and my cat, they fight all the time.
Yeah.
And if my cat starts it and I break it up, then I'm usually good. But if the dog starts it and I break it up, then it's like the cat's not satisfied with his get back, so he keeps going, and then I get scratched up.
Mm-hmm. Before I go to the random poll, and Anita, I'm gonna come to you first. So I remember I was like junior high, going to like ninth grade. There was this cat named Harry, man. Long live Harry, man. Like, Harry was like the first cat that made me really like cats. And so I remember the cat across the street. Now, Harry lived 4 houses up. But the cat across the street, I think the cat was Princess. Princess was just bougie, like, you know, those bougie type, like, you like, bro, you just look like you come with problems, right? So I remember I held Princess in my arm, and she kept growling at Harry, and I was like, I just held her in my arm. I knew what that growl meant, but I was just antagonizing the situation by like, okay, I'm not gonna move. I'm just gonna sit here and see how many growls it's gonna take until she jumps out and flies. Kind of like, what's that? The owl man who would say, how many licks does it take to get to, you know, that's what I was doing, right? And by the 4th growl, she jumps out. And so all of a sudden, all the kids in the neighborhood, we try to break it up. So, you know, to the kids who were part of that, I'm sorry that I was just, you know, I antagonized that. All right, so Anita, let me ask you this. All the secrets are coming out now. Let me start with you. Then I'm gonna come to Eric, and then I'm gonna come to Reason. So, Anita, who is the pettiest? It's a 2-part question. So, who is the pettiest person that you've ever known, and what's the pettiest thing that you have watched them doing where you're like, bro, just let it go?
My mother, by far. She is, between her and her sister, my aunt. She was like, well, she called me stupid, and I'm not talking to her no more. And I'm like, y'all are in your 60s. You need to grow up and get over it.
When did that happen? When they were in their 20s?
No, this is recently. This is all the time they are fighting. Every time I talk to my mother, it's something new with my aunt. I'm not talking to your aunt no more. If she calls you, don't tell her about me. That's what I do all the time. And I'm like, y'all are so petty. We're too old for this. You know how I know when they're fighting? Because they both blow up my phone. And I'm like, no.
What are they calling you for?
Because they want me on their side first. And I'm like, I'm not getting in the middle of it.
Okay. Love it.
Smart.
Eric, what about you? Who's the pettiest person that you've ever known, and what's the pettiest thing that you watched them do?
Myself, without a doubt. I will say, if I open the door for you and you don't say thank you, then I'm gonna trip you. Like,
good man.
You know, what the fuck do you think I did that? Like, just to be nice? I expect the praise.
Just because? No.
Yeah, just because. I'm doing this to make myself feel better, and I need that verbal affirmation.
Yes.
Reason. What about you? The pettiest person you've ever known, and what's the pettiest thing that you watched them do?
So mine is a tie between my little brother and myself.
Okay,
because we've had an active prank war since we came back into each other's life. I had a whole foster care thing, not getting into that, but I met my little brother when he was 9 and I was 14, and the prank war started then. And it just recently ended. I'm 29 now.
Yeah.
It ended because the petty level just kept getting lower and lower. So it would start with like throwing cold water on somebody in the shower and little innocent stuff. My little brother decided that my brand new pair of sneakers that I had a couple years ago, he was going to put peanut butter inside of them and mayonnaise. And then leave it on a hot summer day. The entire day. So when I went to go out at night and put on my nice brand new sneakers, my sock went in to mayonnaise and peanut butter. So what did the older brother do as retaliation? My little brother is not very intelligent, so about an hour after he did that to me and canceled my whole plans for the night, he goes, "Yo, Ryan, I'm hungry. You think you can make me something to eat?" So I went and I made him a grilled cheese. It was a regular grilled cheese, you know, cheese, bread, and pubes. Cut a nice portion of my pubes off, sprinkled it in there. I let him eat about a quarter of the sandwich, and then he was like, you know, picking the hair off his tongue, and I guess he realized how hard I was laughing what happened. And that was the stall. That was the stall of our prank war. I don't think it's over, but it hasn't. Nothing's happened since then.
Oh my gosh.
Little do you know, you've been eating his pubes for the past 10 years.
Right?
Oh gosh.
Reverse
That is
reverse
wild.
card.
That is wild. Well, let me say this, and I'm gonna see if we can do one other thing, then we're gonna be done. So I've shared the story before, but this will be y'all's first time hearing this. And so my like Anita was talking about, her mom and her aunt are just like, they'll go back and forth over some nonsense. My uncle, and mind you, my uncle and my aunt are basically, uncle is in his upper 70s and my aunt is like about to be 70. She's like in her late 60s. And so they have had like beef with each other for 40 years. Not I exaggerate this not. Over money. It was either she says he owes her money. He says she tried to get him fired from a job. And I don't know what the truth is, because they're both not all the way there. Right? Like, and so, but he curses her out and stuff, but he'll still invite her to the house. He's like, I hate that bee. I'm like, so if you hate her, why is she at your house? I mean, it's levels to hate. What the heck you mean it's levels to hate? If I don't like you, all right, I don't like you, I don't want to be around you unless you're my coworker and I have to be forced to talk to you. But when it comes with family, I don't have to be around you. I can love you from afar. What you talking about? She sits at your dinner table and you mean tell me you eat his food? Are you crazy? Anyway, that's what I would say. Like, let it go, bro. All right, so let me come back to Anita. Last question, then we're gonna give you guys y'all socials and everything. So Anita, what is an argument from years ago that you still believe you were 100% right about?
Ooh. With my ex's mom, she wanted to bring her new man to our wedding. And we said no.
Yeah.
And she just insisted that I was wrong, that I was the problem. Meanwhile, it really came from her son that didn't want her to bring the new man. But she was like, you're the issue. You're causing all these problems. And I was like, oh my gosh. So that's an argument that forever we've had ever. And then turns out she said some racist shit to me. And then I held on to that forever through the rest of our relationship. I didn't talk to
her. Yeah. Eric, what about you? What's the argument from years ago that you still believe you were 100% right about?
It just kind of hit me when I was in high school, and it's actually happened on 9/11, when 9/11 happened, in Western Pennsylvania during lunch. Someone threw a spoon across the cafeteria, and it was like in my general area, and one of the teacher lunch people, the monitors, I was kind of a bad kid, and so they just automatically assumed it was me and told me to go to the office. And the entire time, I didn't fucking throw the spoon. What are you talking about? It wasn't me. But I will. The one thing that was I get to the office and 9/11 had just happened, and I get into the principal's office, and he's just like, go back to the cafeteria, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I was saved by 9/11. It got 9/11 got me out of a detention that I, rightfully didn't earn. I will say, very tragic day. Also, I just throw that in there.
Never forget.
I'll never forget.
That's good. Reezy, what's the argument from years ago that you still believe you were 100% right about?
Arguing with my mom because you guys remember the gorilla with the kid fell in the gorilla enclosure.
Yeah.
You guys remember the name of that gorilla?
Yes, Harambe or something.
Okay. It was Harambe. My mom said it was Harambe, but I said it was Harmaby because of the spelling. And she told me that I needed to learn how to read and go back to school. And I told her that she had orangutan titties and not to talk to her like that. So I still think I was right just because of how it's spelled. But if you ask everybody else, I'm wrong. But.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I can't. This is why as a comedian we should write stuff down. I can't think.
For the longest time, I thought Adele's name was Adelaide.
You see?
I thought Kanye West's name was Kane. I thought his name was Kane West.
Kane.
Yeah, I thought that was his name. I was like Kanye. I was like, how do you what? Yep. Stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. I can't. Oh, wait. Okay, I just thought about it. So Rick Ross, everybody's familiar with Rick Ross on here, right? So Rick Ross has, he's out here in Georgia. He's not too far away from me. And so he has, every year he would have like either a car and bike show or a pool party, all that type of stuff. And so what they do is that they make sure, hey, before you guys walk in, there's a sign that says leave the paraphernalia, leave your, whatever, the weapons in the car. So when I went, and I got a very cheap deal because the tickets were very expensive. So I got a very cheap deal. And so I told my family, now this is when I used to tell my family everything, but now I don't want to hear their opinion. I don't want them bringing it up. So I limit to what I have to say. Very, very short. That's what I do. Right. And so I mentioned that about the sign. And so here's my father. Now my father's passed away. So my father and my sister, and they both would try to argue me down, saying, if you saw that sign, you should have never been there. And I said, what's wrong with that? They had metal detectors. I'm safe. No, that shows you right there that you should not have been, because why they got to have the metal detectors? Why they got to have all that? It's obviously dangerous. And I said, how was it dangerous? Like, that's the norm now. This ain't like the 1960s, right? There used to be a time where people used to have pocket knives. You just walk in the club and no one was checking. I guess after so many stabbings, that people are like, oh, we're tired of getting pistol whipped. We got to actually have metal detectors now. It's like, we can't go to the airport? So I literally was trying to argue them down about this. And here's the thing. My father, about a couple of months before he passed, right now, before he went to hospice, he had to go to a senior living center that I hope they got shut down, right? This place was freaking horrible. I remember walking out and I heard some elderly person screaming, help, help. And then the people at the front desk didn't even do nothing. They're just sitting there like playing Sudoku or whatever, crosswords. I'm like, guys, this person's screaming help. Why are you not going to do something? So anyway, I remember my father, he's in the wheelchair. Now, mind you, a lot of people, we all have known someone who got old and they got angry with their life because they knew they were dying, right? And so he was one of those folks. He still, even when he knew he was dying, you still were wrong. And he brought that up. I said, Dad, you're about to die. Why are you still upset about that? Why are you still thinking about that, man? So, he wasn't even talking to me. He faced the wall. His vein in his neck was popping out talking. Like, that's... So he said I was still wrong for that. And I'm like, okay. So I still believe I was 100% right. And, whatever. I'm not going, not going to his gravesite arguing with him. And I'm not going to say to my sister. I'm not doing that. This has been a great episode of Kendra's Corner. Reezy, tell us everybody where they can find you online, your next show, all the good stuff.
You guys can find me at Reezy Stoner Comedy on Instagram or Reezy Stoner on TikTok. And my next show is going to be at Laughing Buddha Comedy Room August 15th.
In New York or
in New York City. Yeah.
Gotcha. Are you doing anything out of state? Are you going to like Arizona soon? Are you doing any travel out of state?
If somebody calls me, but as far as right now, no.
Oh, Eric's got all the hookups in Arizona. Eric, make sure you call him now. Okay, Anita, like I said, she's not like a stand-up comedian, but I'm sure after a few of these episodes, she's going to be on stage. Anita, tell everybody what your handle is and they can best reach you.
You can find me on all social media at Anita X Valentina.
Beautiful.
Very simple.
That's it. I love how hers is one thing across the board, not here, and then rainbow here, and it's like, bro, come on.
No, consistency.
Come on, that's it. Eric, let everybody know where they can find you, and then your next up and coming show. Where you gonna be out of the country or so?
Nope, not yet. At least not willingly. You can find me on Instagram, Eric Scott Comedy. I'll be at the Tempe Improv on August 12th for the semifinals of Funniest Comic in the Valley, where the winner gets a grand prize of a trip in Hong Kong and a trip in Miami. Paid gigs in Hong Kong and Miami is the ultimate grand prize. So semifinals, Tempe Improv, August 12th. Thank you.
Got question. You know how you have some of those sweepstakes or whatever you win, they say you can bring some people. Listen, can I'm just asking, you know, the answer's always going to be known until you ask. I want to come, all right? I'm going to come. Anita's going to come, and Reezy can bring the family, okay? So we're all going to come, okay?
I'll get your tickets and your 2-drink minimum.
Oh, perfect.
I'll cover all that. It's going to be a great show. It's jam-packed of the funniest people, honestly, in the Valley. It's going to be a great show.
Good. All right. Well, thank you to my guests. Thank you so much, Reezy. I'm glad that you were able to make it and everything else like that.
I'm glad I made it.
Make sure you guys please like, comment, subscribe, follow my guests for anything new that they have going on. With that being said, you all be blessed. You all be safe. We're out.